I created this video before, but it's been a couple years and it definitely needs some updating. The pros and cons of Santa Clarita. What are the benefits of living here? What are the downfalls of living here? I personally love it out here. It's awesome. I'm here at Bridgeport right now. It's nice and sunny as it usually is. And that's one of the things that I didn't include in the pros and cons because you're gonna have great weather here no matter what. It's California. The lifestyle here is absolutely awesome. And out here, it's an outdoor paradise as well. You know, we have a lot of trails out here and I'll get to all that stuff. Pros and cons video. I'm gonna be real with you guys, so just be real with me. If you're thinking about buying or selling here in Santa Clarita or the surrounding areas, feel free to hit me up, email me, text me, call me, whatever it is, just hit me up. Me and my team are here to help you out. First thing we're gonna talk about is the safety. It is the fourth safest city in California. That's a high ranking, but on top of that, we are in the top 20 safest cities in all of the US. So, I mean, top 20 in the nation, that's not a bad place to be. I am almost positive that the reason why it's so safe is because of where we are geographically and also the people that actually live here. There's a lot of police officers that actually live in Santa Clarita. With that, the communities are very safe. It's just known to be an area that has a lot of first responders and veterans. So it's within our niche, it's within the people that we actually serve a lot. There's a lot of gated communities here in Santa Clarita and it's so neighborhood based that I don't know, it just feels like more of a community in a lot of these areas and it doesn't feel like you won't know your neighbor. So with that, everyone's looking out for each other and making sure that everything stays as it is. But let's get to the very first con, which is traffic. The traffic out here is atrocious. Okay, where we are geographically also attributes to that because there's a one way in, one way out when it comes to going to the San Fernando Valley or downtown LA. You have to go down the 5 freeway. But it's kind of expected that you're gonna get traffic that way. The unexpected traffic is within the neighborhoods because of the traffic lights themselves. The traffic lights make everything so unbearable when it comes to traffic that it's insane how long it takes to get from one side of Santa Clarita to the other. At some points of the day, it's actually better for you to go down the 14 or 5 freeway to get to the other side of Santa Clarita. It doesn't make sense to cut across, which is not a great thing because it cuts into your time, it cuts into your day. It doesn't allow you to spend the time that you want to spend at your beautiful home, which you're going to get here in Santa Clarita. Okay, well, we are talking about properties here in Santa Clarita. Okay, so on average, homes here in Santa Clarita are $100 per square foot cheaper than all of LA County. Now that matters, especially here in Southern California. That matters a lot. The caveat to the price per square foot is that you're getting more square footage on average here in Santa Clarita. So typically you will pay more for a property, but you will typically get a bigger property, if that makes sense. It's what I do. I don't want to be too salesy for you guys, but those are the numbers when it comes to the properties here in Santa Clarita. Again, I don't want to push that on you guys if that's not what you're looking for out of this video, but that is something to keep in mind. On the other side of this coin is the cost of living. Cost of living is more expensive here in Santa Clarita, which is kind of weird because properties are cheaper, but the cost of living is more expensive. It's just the lifestyle that a lot of people have out here. It's just what you see here in expenses is a little bit higher than what you see on average in LA County. So that is going to be a con. It's going to be a major negative. You're going to be paying less for housing, but you're going to be paying more for everything else around that housing. All right, where are we going? I think let's go to Six Flags if I can open my car door. See, that is why there is so much traffic here. All these big rigs. My God. Okay. All right, I got Six Flags right behind me, right there, guys. And I'm here at the 5 Points community. I do a lot of tours over here. And if you guys have any questions about this area, let me know before you come out here so that I can guide you through the whole process. But Santa Clarita is really centrally located to a lot of attractions. So we have obviously Six Flags, but we're really close to Castaic Lake, Pyramid Lake. We have a lot of attractions out here, really great for families. So there's a lot to do for families out here. But that's just the thing. Santa Clarita is built for families, not really great for the single life. And I talked about this in the other video, but it's built for families, and that's really what it feels like. And that's really what a lot of the attractions out here are geared towards. Yes, you have Six Flags right behind me. It's for young adults, yeah. But a lot of the other things you can do here in Santa Clarita are really geared towards families. You have Billy B's family. You have a lot of playgrounds out here, a lot of parks out here. You have a lot of hiking trails. So again, there's a lot of things to do for young families, not really built for that single life. There's no bars, there's no nightclubs, none of that. You're gonna have to go to the valley, you're gonna have to go to LA for that stuff. But that's enough of that. Let's go home and talk about these last two pros and cons. All right, back home, and we are on to our fourth pro, which is the schools. Schools out here are top tier, okay? Top 20% within the state. And we see a lot of kids going from high school into really great colleges, transferring to really great colleges. We also have College of the Canyons here. So if high schoolers want to get their general education done for cheap while still at home and then transfer to a different college, it's all local, which is great. I think it's such a great benefit for a lot of the students out here if that is what they're looking to pursue. On top of the schools just being top tier, the sports programs that they have out here are great. Football and baseball are like the lifeblood here in Santa Clarita. We see a lot of parents really active with their kids out here, not just in their lives, just really outside, just doing things with their kids, which is great to see. It's something I like to do with my kids. This next con is something that I touched on in last week's video, which is the fires. There are fires out here in Santa Clarita. Not as much as what we used to have, but I think that is due to just the pandemic, people just not being outside, people working from home a lot more, but we're seeing a lot more traffic now, and with that, it invites a lot of fires. Accidents happen, and then that's what causes fires out here. So again, I haven't seen too many fires, and Santa Clarita has been really great with taking care of a lot of the brush that's out here because there's a lot of open land along the freeways, and if something sparks up during an accident, that's usually what causes fires out here. But yeah, if there's a fire out here, it really just stops everything if it's close to you. I would recommend, I've talked about this in the video, but I would recommend having an emergency bag. If you do live out here, just having something so that you just grab and go. A house is a house. Just take your personal belongings, take your people, take your pets. Your life matters more. This last pro is a really big reason as to why a lot of my clients purchased out here in Santa Clarita, because of the developing communities out here. So we have 5 Points, we have Skyline. Those are big, major developments that are happening right now. 5 Points alone is over 15,000 acres, and I think they're going to build over 21,000 homes, 21.5 I think. So there's a lot, that's a lot of homes, okay? In Valencia, originally, there were only 20,000 homes. Now they're doubling the size of Valencia with this one development community. So it's going to be its own like city and economy. There's going to be shopping there. There's going to be a lot there. So there's going to be a lot of infrastructure built out there to sustain the population that's going to be there. So they're going to be doing a lot, and they're going to be developing a lot. And with that development comes a lot of value. And that just means that you're going to see a lot of home prices going up here. So when it comes down to it, you want to catch it as early as possible. So for example, I had some clients purchase new construction out in the 5 Points. And by the time their home was completely built, they had already built in, I think, $20,000 to $30,000 in equity. I can't remember off the top of my head, but yeah, it was a significant amount of money that was just sitting there in equity, which is absolutely insane. By the way, they were VA. They paid nothing out of pocket. They got a killer interest rate, and we got them a good deal on the purchase price, which I think was like $40,000 below like what they were asking. So that's pretty good. If you are looking for new construction out here in Santa Clarita, just have an agent behind you. Even if it's not me, don't have the representative represent you in the transaction. An agent, a good agent, is going to be able to negotiate the deal. But on top of that, they're going to be able to make sure that everything that the builder is doing is the right thing, because a lot of the time builders get away with a lot just because the buyer is just not knowledgeable in a lot of things when it comes to ownership and what they're owed and their warranty and things like that. So just make sure you have an agent behind you. Just have someone back you up wherever you're looking. Just have somebody on your side, not the company side. Now, this last con is definitely an update from the last one, and the shopping here sucks. And it's really hard to say because just the cost of living here, it's just high. So you would expect there to be a great mall, and the mall is just really lacking, and other shopping centers are just lacking. It just feels like you're just really pigeonholed when it comes to the shopping here. There's not many options. You have the mall, and that's just about it. There's a couple other shopping centers that are pretty big, but they're like in the other side of the valley. And I already talked about the traffic. Sometimes you don't want to travel to the other side of the valley to go to Costco, for instance. Costco is in Canyon Country. I'm on the Valencia side. I'm on the 5, and it takes like 30 minutes just to get there. Yes, I know I'm complaining about 30 minutes, but it's still like you pay a premium for this area. You would expect there to be great shopping close to where you are, and unfortunately, That is not the case. Let's say you need a little bit more convincing on living here in Santa Clarita. This video is a great video to reference when it comes down to that, giving you a full breakdown on the best values of Santa Clarita. And in this video right here, I talk about buying versus renting here in Santa Clarita. I hope that clarifies everything for you guys, and I'll see you next time.